Oh, we did it again. Sorry, guys. My screen got all dude. Damn. My screen got all loopy on me, man. Going from 4 to 3. I apologize. But we got some music going. You guys hear the music in the background?
Hear it. Yeah.
All right. Here we go. All right. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Commanders. I'm your boy Steve, joined by Mr. Phil and Mr. Dev. We're back for our Thursday live stream. Today we are previewing the Chicago Bears game coming up on Sunday. That has been flexed from the 1 o'clock spot to the 4:05, 4:25. Don't quote me, I forget it. But to join us, to help bring in the show, we invited, we wanted to bring on a good knowledgeable fan. So let's go ahead and welcome our buddy Keek. Keek, come on in, man, and thank you for tuning in. Let's give him a warm welcome. Appreciate you, buddy. Yeah,
yes, appreciate that.
Yeah, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
thanks for joining us. Excuse me. Yeah.
I absolutely love this. I think this is what it's all about, collabing with different fan bases, across the National Football League. I absolutely love this. So I'm excited to talk about this game, though, for sure. It's gonna be a big one.
Yeah, it sure is, man. And you guys came to town last year. If you remember, it was the blackout game, and we wore our black jersey. That's why this episode is called Battle Blacks, episode 308. Okay. That's what the team calls the blackout uniform, is the Battle Blacks. And so a little background is, we've never had the black uniforms till we rebranded to the Commanders. And so a lot of us, like myself, I've always wanted a black uniform. And so a lot of people don't like this at all. I don't know. I don't know if you like this black. I don't know what you think about the, but see, okay.
I love it. I actually mess with it,
I really feel like everyone outside our fan base loves it. It's only in our fan base that we have these arguments about it.
Yeah.
So no, it's a cool jersey scheme, right? I know the Bears have like this all orange jersey that they wear, and our fan base hates it. Like, oh, we hate the orange jersey because it's like bad luck almost. Like we always lose in those orange jerseys. Yeah, but I think it's cool.
We don't have a good record in the blacks either. So
I like the jerseys myself. So
I'm kind of racist a little bit.
What, Battle Blacks or just
we
the
don't have a
jerseys
good
themselves?
history in the blacks?
No,
you can look cool though while losing. You can
That's
look
right.
cool while losing though. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
That's right.
There you go. But Keek, we always like to start off our show with giving a little bit about the guest and everything. So tell us your fan story, your origin story. How did you become a Chicago Bears fan?
Yeah, so I'm actually a Chicago Bears fan, born and raised in Sacramento, California. I know people are like, what the hell are you doing, being a Bears fan? You should be a Niner fan, a Raider fan. Fuck all those teams, honestly. I hate the 49ers. I hate the Raiders. Don't bring that up on this. I hate them. My great-grandparents were actually born and raised in Chicago. So growing up, they would tell me cool stories about how they were Bears fans. And they got to go to the games for like 25 cents. My great-grandma actually claimed that she actually knew the owner, Virginia McCaskey, at a time, which I'm not sure if it's true or false, but I'm going to take her word for it. And then obviously my dad was grew up a Bears fan as well. I'm just growing up watching Devin Hester, Hall of Famer, Brian Urlacher, Lance Briggs, Sacramento native, right? And I just fell in love with the history of the Bears, man. And I just kind of stuck with them, learned the history, and started my own little podcast a couple of years ago. And it kind of, just blew up a little bit. And now I get to talk Bears football every single day with other big Bears fans and meet guys like you guys as well. So I love it.
That's dope, man. That's a great story. And sometimes it's cool to see people who are fans of a team that don't have necessarily a geographical connection to the team. Right. Like being here in the DC area, I'm all DC sports. Are you all Chicago everything?
Actually not. I'm just a Bears fan, and then I don't support the Cubs or White Sox. I'm a Kings fan because Sacramento. Our team's kind of on the come up here in Sacramento, so that's cool. I kind of watch the Cubs and the Bulls a little bit, but not like a huge fan. But I'm just all Bears all day. So.
Yeah, fair enough. Jim Sleazy, what's up, Jim? Appreciate you joining. Hurley, love our black uniforms. There you go. He's been a lifetime fan since he was 5. All right, I feel you. Let's go.
I know how you feel though, man. As a Kentucky guy, Washington fan, and a Knicks fan, So I know how you feel.
Yeah, Dev's kind of geographically separated all over the place, man. He
I'm
he
not.
has a little bit of confusion. That's all right.
I'm
No-
all
no
DC
shame in it.
everything.
Yankees fan though. They play tonight. World Series. Let's get it.
Yeah, I am a Yankees fan. I am a Yankees fan as well.
Yeah,
I
see?
do. Yeah.
Right
I'm a
here,
Yankees fan.
We there.
Yeah.
So I'm all over the place, my sports teams, but it's all good.
It's all good, man. A friend I went to, so I was in the Army. I went to a school. We had a school that you attend halfway through your military careers, and a classmate of mine, his name was Mike Hallis.
Okay.
And so I eventually found out he played football at John Hopkins, and I come to find out that he is. I think he was the great grandson or grandson of none other than George
Okay.
Hallis from the Chicago, the Chicago
Right.
lineage. And it was just such a cool thing, but I had to pull it. I'm like, you're not related to like the Hallis family, are you? And he was like, yeah, I want to say it was his great grandfather. I don't remember. He was related. He was in the family. And I thought that was like some of the coolest thing just to see someone who was part of that family. So it was.
So
really cool.
was his reaction like a good reaction? Like, or was he like, yeah, I'm related to those motherfuckers, man?
No, it was cool. It was cool. Actually, we had just got done playing football, so I was burning him as a receiver on the field, and I was like, "You played cornerback in college? Come on, man! I'm just a scrub." But no, he was really cool about it. Then he started going over, just like what they used to do as kids, and used to come to the stadium and all that stuff. It was just a cool little experience. But
that's awesome.
But no, that's dope, man. Good to hear your origin story. That's one of the most fascinating things we get to talk to about people on this show. We really appreciate you sharing that with us. So the 2024 Bears, walk us through the end of the 23 season. You guys barely finished around 500 and you had the first overall pick. So walk us through the end of the 2023 season into the offseason, the draft, free agency, and take us to where we are right now. Tell us about these Chicago Bears coming in 2024.
Last season was a confusing year because we finished 7-10, but there was 3 games that could have easily been wins. The Bears could easily been a 10-7 team last year, right? A lot of confusion between the fan base with Justin Fields. Half of the fan base, including myself, wanted to keep Justin Fields, trade down, and kind of build around him for one more year. While the other side was like, hey, we're all Caleb Williams or maybe possibly Jayden Daniels as well. So the fan base, we kind of had like the civil war between the Chicago Bears fan base. Twitter or X was absolutely nuts during the offseason. So we go in the offseason at 7-10 with hope, right? I think year 1 with Matt Eberflus, we were 3-13, went from 3-13 to 7-10 in year 2. So there was a lot of hope. The only big question mark was who was going to be our quarterback. And as the offseason went on, we went out and got DeAndre Swift from the Eagles. Had a slow start, but he's starting to heat up. Traded for Keenan Allen from the Chargers. Got a 4th round pick for them. And when we made that move, it was kind of confusing because I wasn't sure what they were doing when they made the Keenan Allen move. I'm like, okay, that's like a win now move when older. And I was like, okay, does that mean they're keeping Justin Fields? But nope. I think 2 weeks later, they traded Justin Fields to the Steelers, and that's when you kind of knew that we were going to get quarterback Caleb Williams. And now we're here now, right? Sitting at 4-2. When I look at the 24 Chicago Bears, I see a team that, we have an improving young quarterback that's getting better week by week. Our defense to me is top 10, but we really haven't been challenged, right? We're 4-2, but we really haven't played anybody. I think that the toughest game that we had on our schedule this year was the Houston Texans. But even when you're looking at that game with the offense that struggled, we only lost 19-13. So I'm excited for this next part of the schedule for the Bears because you're really going to find out a lot about Caleb Williams and the entirety of the Chicago Bears. And it starts off really with the Washington Commanders to me.
Right. That's the first because what happened in that Colts game? It was 21-16, but that was another close game. Were they on the Flacco train yet? Was that still Richardson?
It was still Richardson, and Richardson played terrible. Like our defense did everything they could to win that football game, but our offense was still really just trying to figure things out, right? And I think that was like the first game where Caleb Williams really showed flashes of why we picked him with the number 1 overall pick. Just going through his progressions, making some big time throws. He did throw 2 interceptions in that game, but also threw 2 big touchdown passes as well. I think he threw for around maybe 250, 300 yards that game. So it was like a lot of good stuff, a lot of bad stuff from our young quarterback. But at the end of the day, our offense just waited a little bit too long to start scoring touchdowns. It was a little bit too late. And then,
it happens with rookie quarterbacks. I mean, we've been blessed, our Jayden got off to a fast start. So the learning curve just seemed to pick up real quick. And Hurley, is Jayden supposed to practice tomorrow? We'll talk about the injury report here in just a second. So Hurley, so stand by. Ben, what's up, Ben? Thanks for tuning in, bro. Glad to have you. We missed your last couple streams, but thanks for popping in. All right, we lost Dev. We'll go to our 3-man game here. See, good transition. So I just want to get your opinion on something. And you're on X, you're live, and okay, now Dev's back. Now he's back. Come on back in, Dev.
I hit something. I don't know what I did.
Yeah, it's all good. So you're clearly a level-headed fan, and it's good to see that from opposing fan bases. And there's been a lot of bickering in the Twitter sphere in the last couple weeks between Commanders fans and Bears fans, and it's this weird invisible rivalry that just popped up because Jayden Daniels won a couple Pepsi of the rookie of the weeks, I think like 4, and then it really started after Caleb had the 4-touchdown game 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, against Jacksonville. Yeah,
against Jacksonville. But Jayden still won Rookie of the Week for his performance. And after that, it just really started to and now I know this is a very small population, and we're not going to classify all Commanders fans and all Bears fans. But I don't know if you've been following it. It's really funny, but I don't get it, man. Caleb's a product of DC. We love Caleb. He went to school like 5 miles from here at high school. He's a Gonzaga guy. We want him to be successful, but I feel like a lot of Bears fans want Jayden to just fail. Can you give like your point of view on that? What's your take on all that?
Honestly, guys, I think Bears fans are a little bit confused because we never had a good quarterback. So I think we're trying to process that where we may finally have a franchise quarterback. But Bears fans are really weird. Yeah, it's a really weird thing with Bears fans. And for me personally, I'm just as an NFL fan in general, I would have been fine with trading down and taking Jayden Daniels. I was very fine with that in the NFL draft. I feel like he was a great player. I'm a dual threat guy. I think the only thing that scared me about Jayden Daniels is that we kind of just went away from Justin Fields, and he's kind of like the same guy, but I think he's proving that he's better than Justin Fields in terms of, taking those deep shots, deep ball accuracy, all that stuff as a dual threat quarterback. But for me, I'm rooting both of these guys on. And Caleb Williams actually just had an interview today. I'm saying I'm not in competition with Jayden Daniels. I can care less if I win Rookie of the Year. I'm just trying to go out and win games for my team. I don't care about the individual awards. So Bears fans, and this is all NFL fan bases at the end of the day. They just try to bring up drama. That's social media. That's why I try my best to stay out of it. But it is a really weird thing going on right now.
Yeah. Phil, you're going to say something?
I was going to say it's been odd, and it's funny because now that after a couple weeks of chirping, like, all right, we're tired of this. We'll start chirping back. Now it's like they pointed our chirps, like, see, they started it. They hate Caleb. Like, no. Yeah. We're just not going to sit here and just be berated for having for finally having our own franchise quarterback, And I sat here on this podcast and I said, because our whole debate was Drake May versus Jayden Daniels, right?
We knew Caleb.
And I always used to say one is 1A, one is 1B between the two of them. I said, now, if somehow we could get Caleb Williams, I'd be happier with that, because I thought Caleb was the best quarterback coming out of the draft. And then I said that Jayden was actually the safer pick in terms of what you're going to get. With Drake May, he's younger, he's less developed, and that's kind of showing itself in New England. He has moments where he looks great and moments where he looks terrible. I expected that out of him. But I had said, I've been very complimentary of Caleb Williams. I thought it'd been cool to get the local kid back. Although the last time we did that quarterback, it didn't work out so well. But I didn't, and all of a sudden I'm like, a couple weeks into the season, I'm like, Bears fans are all over my timeline. And all it is we run a college offense. Now we run an offense so easy anyone can run it. Now it's Cliff Kingsbury's an idiot. All this other stuff. I'm like, where is this coming from? Where does this all start? We're not in the same division. We play each other once every 4 years and occasionally in between.
Right.
There was a rivalry between these two franchises in the 80s and early 90s.
Jim McMahon.
Between Ditka and Gibbs, because we seemed to be the only team that could consistently match up with the Bears when they were really good.
Yeah.
So DJ Moore gave us our lunch last year. So
and last year we they said DJ Moore decided, he's like, hey, I'm from Maryland.
200 yards. Let's go.
I remember that.
It was terrible.
It was terrible. We watched Sam Howell drop back 53 times in a row in that game.
Eric, you're in California, Keith. Go slap Eric Bieniemy for us and run away. We appreciate that.
I'll do that for you.
I'm so glad he's gone. He ruined the quarterback for us and all that. So,
all good.
Oh boy. So a Chicago native who's a Packers fan is in our chat.
Yeah, we'll get to that. AG says Bears fans are worried. JD will try to be great. He's number one pick as a bust. But like Keith said, we're both in the same boat, man.
Caleb Williams is gonna be a bust.
We're hungry for a quarterback. We've been quarterbackless for so long. Chicago had an inkling of it with Fields.
Right. Both franchises have been starved for a franchise quarterback. So I think both organizations hit the lottery, right? And when I look at this, when I look at Jayden Daniels and I look at Caleb Williams, I'm just happy that the NFC may finally have a rivalry at the quarterback. You know how you have like Mahomes and Allen, right? Or Lamar, and I'm happy that for years to come now, we're gonna see each other a lot, hopefully in the playoffs, and that means you won. If you're consistently in the playoffs playing meaningful football later in the year, I'm fine with that.
You're successful,
It's good for football too,
Yeah, this is good for it could be Brady and Manning, man.
I'll be honest with you, I'd much rather be the Bears than the Eagles because I hate the Eagles.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, granted, I've thrown some Bill Swirsky super fans shots back at your fan base on Twitter. I love it when he said that we're all fat and unemployed. I'm like, well, I'm fat, but that's because I'm
not unemployed.
Yeah.
But I said, and these are the guys. I showed the picture from SNL. Like these are the guys calling us fat and unemployed.
There's one in particular, I think,
and I'm having fun with it. But it's like, there's no need to get this salty. Y'all got a great quarterback in the making. We got a great quarterback in the making.
Yeah,
let's go.
We should be happy. We should be looking at the teams that thought they had a great quarterback. Look at the Eagles. They thought Jalen Hurts was going to be, just the greatest thing ever, and he's turning out to be not so much. Dax Prescott is struggling. Danny Times is a joke. You keep looking down the line, and you want to laugh at those guys who told us for years how their quarterback's better than ours. Now we can laugh at them, and instead we gotta go at each other. It's like, no, stop. Let's hate them first.
You're right. Exactly. We're in the same boat at the end of the day. Washington, Chicago, same deal. Yeah.
And our buddy Shotguns, he says Shotguns, but he's a Packers fan stuck in Chicago. So he's always coming here, popping up, talking about the damn Packers, and there he is. Go Commanders, Bears, the Teddy Bears. Yeah. So there's the love. Ben was at that DJ Moore game last year. Man, that was prime time too. Early. It's been a while for both teams. Had a quarterback. Yep. Move on, Jim Sleazy. Loving the EV. Jimmy, I got you, man. We will not let EB catch some strays. Marcus Edlin, what's up, Marcus? Make sure you guys go check out.
I ain't taking strays at EB. I'm sending direct shots.
Yeah, we don't hold back. Says, what's up, family? Including Keek. Both organizations got a bright future at quarterback. That's right. Here we go. Hurley says, for me, my uncle's a Bears fan, so I love when we beat the Bears. Okay, a little bit of family love. AG says, Eagles have Jalen Tebow at quarterback. Eat horse turds. Fecals. We'll give you a little fart emoji. Jalen's struggling this year, man. Just not producing the way he once was. So, we're good for us. We'll see what happens. You guys play Philly this year? You guys?
No, we do not. No, we haven't played. I don't think we played Philly since the terrible double doink. I think that's the last time we played Philly. You see, that's why people need to be nice to Bears fans, man. We've been fucking through. And honestly, there's some Bears fans. There's some Bears fans that are jerks, complete jerks. I get it, but there's Bears fans like me. You should feel bad for me because we've been fucking through it, dude. Double doink, quarterback after quarterback. It's just like losing to the Packers every year. It just sucks, man.
Hey, we both had Rex Grossman.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
Right.
We did. Yeah.
Sharing the love. And funny part is, speaking of Jay Cutler, he just got arrested. I want to say yesterday for DUI and having a handgun and guns on him. Having
my quarterback right there.
Guns in his possession under the influence, which is totally illegal.
Yeah, that's my quarterback right there.
That's right.
That guy went to Vanderbilt, bro.
You're right.
Andy guy. D'Angelo Hall picked him off 4 times in one game.
I remember that game being a young guy. I was like, oh man.
That's right. Okay, so not that one. I'm gonna share
in one half at that.
Yeah, in one half. Let's talk about injury report here. Keek, what I want to do is I'm gonna zoom in on a little bit of this, and then what I want to do is just look at what the Bears injury report is looking like, and then from your opinion, talk through, do you think any of these make sense or any of these significant? Is there anything that really matters? So you got Jaquan Brisker, who I really like coming out of college. He looks like he's still in the concussion protocol, didn't practice. DB Kyle Gordon, hamstring, did not practice. And tight end Mercedes Lewis, old guy, been around for a while. I think he's been on a billion teams. He didn't practice either. And then DB Tyreek Stevenson, calf, was limited. And then you had some guys coming off who were down and now they're full up. So what's your take on this? This is Thursday's injury report for the Bears.
Yeah, it's a little concerning with Jaquan Brisker. I think he's been in concussion protocol. He missed the Jacksonville game, right? And then you have the bye week, but you're still in protocol. That's a little concerning to me. I know he's a hard hitter. He absolutely laid out Tommy Tremble in the win over Carolina. That's where he suffered his concussion. So Jaquan Brisker, Kyler Gordon, those are two big pieces to our secondary. I like to say that the Bears have one of the best younger secondaries in the league. And when we're not at full strength, it definitely does suck. I think the good thing about the Bears defense over the past couple of years is the continuity that we've been seeing. So there's a lot of guys that can step up. Jalen Jones can easily take Kyler Gordon's spot. He had a big game against Jacksonville. Obviously, Elijah Hicks, he's I think the third-year guy or second-year guy out of Cal. He stepped up in a big way, and the real reason for that is because they've been part of defense over the last couple of years. So Tyreek Stevenson should be good to go. I think Matt Eberflus said that he would be able to play. And I think Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker will most likely probably be game time decisions. I think if he can clear, the concussion protocol, he will definitely suit up. But Kyler Gordon, I think he'll probably be out this week with that hamstring issue.
Right. And Jaquan Brisker, he's your second leading tackler on the team. So the dude's probably flying all over, but he's got 40 tackles. Yeah, flying and a quarterback hit. He's got a sack, 2 pass deflections and a forced fumble. So if he doesn't play, it sounds like that could be, advantage our end. But I don't know how is the depth in this secondary looking at the DB spot for them? Yeah,
like I said, our secondary is great. Elijah Hicks filled in well against Jacksonville. We have Joshua Blackwell and I just said Jalen Jones to replace Kyler Gordon, and they've been part of defense for the last couple of years, so they understand what they need to do. But I think the thing that we need to understand here about the Bears is it's really our defensive line and how they've been playing. Montez Sweat, I know you guys know a lot about him. I know he's excited to get at it. Javon Dexter, our second-year guy out of Florida, he's playing really good ball right now, getting pressure up that middle. Andrew Billings, got a guy named Darrell Taylor, that playing really well from the Seahawks. We traded for him over the offseason. So our defensive line's playing really well. TJ Edwards, our linebacking core, is really solid as well. So I think how I look at secondary is that, you want to have a good secondary. And we still have Jalen Johnson. Really looking forward to that matchup with him and Terry McLaurin. But I think it's also up to that front four to get pressure on whoever's playing quarterback, whether it's Jayden Daniels or Marcus Mariota. That's going to be the story of the game when you're looking at the Bears defense.
Right. Okay. I gotcha. So we'll talk about the next topic of injuries or matchups to watch out for. But so from the Commanders' perspective, so we have Brandon Coleman. He's our left tackle. So Brandon Coleman, just to give you a little context, they've been rotating the left tackle position between Brandon Coleman and Trent Scott, Cornelius Lucas. I keep forgetting. Correct me, Phil.
They've been doing Brandon Coleman and Cornelius Lucas over on the left side.
So he's our rookie for we picked him up. I think he's a second rounder, third rounder, either one. And he's been great. We need a left tackle. I think they're easing him in, and for him to be in concussion protocol just really sucks. So that will be huge. It'll have to be a full Trent Scott show. Jayden Daniels, as you know, he on the first play from scrimmage, I don't know if you saw it, he ripped off that 55-yarder, and he was trying to just fall down, but I don't think he knew the guy was behind him as he was falling on his butt. Dude just folded him, bruised ribs. He's day to day. Dan Quinn says week to week. He didn't practice yesterday. He didn't practice today. So we could see a scenario where it is not Caleb versus Jayden. It's Caleb and Marcus Mariota, which is not what everyone wants to see, but that might be the matchup that we get.
It's almost as disappointing as if somebody flew, 2 states over to watch Jayden Daniels play and he gets hurt
on the first series,
second play of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like that's almost like as if that happened to somebody. Oh, wait a minute. It happened to me.
Yes. Flew in from Kentucky to watch Marcus Mariota play.
Right.
Cleveland Farrell, he's been a nice addition for us. He's, first round pick by the Raiders. He didn't practice today to the knee. So we'll see if he ends up getting deactivated come this weekend. The rest, just a bunch of limited guys. Nothing super to worry about here. But so yeah, for the most part, we're healthy. But for us, clearly, Brandon Coleman and Jayden Daniels is going to be a big deal. So if that doesn't happen, I don't know if they're going to put it's going to be Lucas Show on the left side, and I don't know if Montez is lining up on the left side or right side these days. I don't know if you know off the top of your head. Is he lining up on the left side, right side? Are they moving him around?
They move him around. Yeah, it just depends on the matchup, right? They're just trying to define different matchups, but yeah, he's all over the line. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Shy Guns, of course, chiming in. Fuck the Bear. Can't wait till November 17th. Okay, is that the first time you guys are playing the Packers? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
All
Week
right.
11. Week 11. Looking forward
11.
to it, man. I'm not even gonna say anything bad about him. You know what I mean? Like you wear a block of cheese on your head, my guy. So hey, it's all good.
They speak for themselves.
That's right. Talk shit to him, bro.
It's all good.
Is Jordan McGee playing this weekend? So Hurley, they activated Jordan McGee is now activated off of the original injury reserve list. So all signs point to yes, he's been a full participant in practice. They cut Jamin Davis. Jordan McGee comes up. I think all signs point to yes. We're gonna see Jordan McGee for the first time this year. It's gonna be pretty darn good. Phil Bullock, thanks for popping in, man. We appreciate you. Always better late than never. Hurley says I think Quinn's trying to not let everyone know Jayden's playing, but Hurley, traditionally, if you don't play Thursday, I would say from my experience, it's kind of rare if you don't practice Thursday because
he practiced. He just didn't practice outside with the media seeing it. He was inside practicing.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Usually Thursday's game install, and if you're not out there full blown, most of the time you don't see the field. So I'm just saying they could be doing the Belichick and flipping it, but all signs point to that. So I don't know. We'll see. I think we all want to see Jayden and Caleb play, but it's all good.
That's the reason why they flex the game, and that's why we
exactly.
You're talking about Tony Romo and Jim Nantz. We get the two of the best in announcing, right? And they flex the game and. I have a lot of respect.
Last time they called the game, it was annoying, but that was because it was against the Ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about some matchups to watch for. You kind of alluded to some already. So let's just start from your opinion. What are some matchups that you're really intrigued about watching come Sunday?
Yeah, I think the first and foremost would be when I'm looking at the Chicago Bears defense, it has to be Jalen Johnson versus Terry McLaurin. Jalen Johnson just naturally follows, the best receivers on each team, and Terry McLaurin is definitely that guy. There's actually a debate on social media saying, once again, how we're talking about Caleb and Jayden Daniels, and they're talking about, McLaurin is way better than DJ Moore. I feel like they're the exact same player. You're really like when you watch their game, I'm like, they both play well with any quarterback that's given to them, right? And they just ball out. Terry McLaurin is one of the best in the league. I feel like Jalen Johnson is one of the best in the league, right? There are certain numbers that I can pop up. People don't usually throw Jalen Johnson's way, but I think it's going to be a really, really intriguing matchup. Another one that I'm looking forward to. I'm not sure how much does Emmanuel Forbes play. Does he still play quite a bit or what? He had
his first pick last week since and forever. He hasn't been playing.
Okay,
he got it last week. So
okay, if he plays, I know DJ Moore absolutely loves Emmanuel Forbes. So
so does AJ Brown. AJ Brown does too.
I'm just hoping that matchup, can maybe create some mismatches for DJ Moore. But for me, like I said, for the most part, I'm just excited to see Terry McLaurin and Jalen Johnson go at it.
And Jalen Johnson, just quickly browsing the DB PFF grades, he's 6th overall ranked defensive back according to PFF. Just like you said, that's a really sneaky. Yeah. That's really sneakily good. Like it's like a quiet, like, oh damn, I didn't realize that. And you're right. I think he probably doesn't get the respect that he deserves on that side.
No, he doesn't. I don't think he even made the top 100 this past year. And he was like truly pissed about it. He was like really vocal. He's like, I feel disrespected. And I feel like he kind of took that in his back pocket and used it as motivation this year. So I think he's been proven himself this year as our number one corner. I know he got the bag this offseason. I know he enjoys going against guys like Terry McLaurin. And like I said, Terry McLaurin's good in his own right. It's going to be an amazing matchup to me.
Yeah,
for me to watch this weekend.
When you guys played the Texans, was he covering? I don't even know who's help. Was it Nico or was it Diggs? Was he following one? He had to be following one of those guys. They're all talented.
That's where things get tough, right? You can only follow one of those guys at a time, right? Yeah. And I think for the most part, he was on Stephon Diggs because I remember Nico Collins. He had a day. against Chicago. So that's the thing. If you have more than one receiver to throw to, right? There's some opportunities here. Tyreek Stevens is also a really good young corner, but I feel like people pick on him a lot more. They're not really testing Jalen Johnson a lot. So I can definitely see the Commanders maybe trying to create those mismatches where Terry McLaurin is on Tyreek Stevenson. Not saying that he can't compete against Jalen Johnson. I think he can get his reps and catches on Jalen Johnson as well. But I think the mismatch is definitely on Tyreek Stevenson's side.
That's fair. Anything on the offensive side of the ball from your offensive side to our defensive side? Anything in particular you're looking for?
Just the way, if I'm going to look just, not really like in particular, but like just the way that DeAndre Swift continues to play. I think the one big thing that's kind of been working for the Chicago Bears over the last couple of weeks, is once DeAndre Swift gets going, they tend to go into hurry up, no huddle. And I think that allows Caleb Williams not to really, he's not really thinking at that point. He's just playing free. He's playing loose. You can see him that he's going at the line of scrimmage, changing the play calls, right? So I guess I'll just say Caleb Williams versus your guys' secondary.
Okay, that's fair. That should be interesting. Yeah, when he gets a little bit of time, one of Caleb's strong suits is his ability to extend the play, move in the pockets. What he did at USC, people chalked it up. A lot of the some of the stupider pundits chalked it up to, he can't, having trouble reading defenses. He just sits there in the NFL. He's not going to get 6 seconds to throw, but that's just his game. He can the way he spins out of a pass rush is it's really cool to watch that.
If you guys are able to personally, if the Commanders are able to slow down the run and slow down DeAndre Swift, right? I think I haven't seen the Chicago Bears be successful without no huddle. So it's one of those things. If you're able to stop the run and not allow the Bears to get into that no huddle, hurry up offense, that's when you can really attack Caleb Williams in this offense, in my personal opinion.
We're the same way. We've been running tempo. We do see when we slow down is when we start to, see the holes in the armor. So Hurley says he thinks they're going to practice tomorrow. Deluxe, what's up, Deluxe? Defense will surprise this week. So our defense, just for your edification, started out real bad. They were rough, and then every week it's just been an upward trend. They've just been smoking.
They went from literally after the first 2 weeks of the season, they were trending to be one of the worst defenses in the history of football. And they're already now middle of the pack. So if you think that statistical anchor is kind of holding their numbers back, that since the first 2 weeks of the season, you could look at the defense and say, they are an upper half of the league defense. Right. Offense is really where it is for us. So, but that's gonna be that's kind of the inverse of how the Bears are. Bears have a solid offense, but it's their defense that really carries them. And I think that's going to be a key matchup for us to look at. It's going to be our front seven versus their run game. So I think that if you can turn Caleb Williams one-dimensional, you got a better chance of winning the game. Caleb seems to thrive off of the balance that the offense tends to create, especially with the way DeAndre Swift plays. If you can keep DeAndre Swift bottled up, which we did a pretty good job with Chuba Hubbard, who's having a good season in his own right, and James Conner didn't really go off on us. Other running backs we faced, Derrick Henry got on us for over 100 yards, but it's Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry,
he's the king. He's the king.
He is the God. So overall, I think that if you can bottle up a DeAndre Swift,
right,
that's going to make life very difficult for Caleb Williams, just because of how Caleb Williams' game is very predicated off the balance and keeping defenses honest. And that way he gets, a little more time in the pocket. He gets his open reads. Our pass rush is quietly effective.
Yeah.
There's no one big guy you have to watch out for. It's 7 guys can all find a way to get to the quarterback at any given moment. So if they can pin their ears back and really chase Caleb, life gets very difficult for him. So it's our front seven versus DeAndre Swift to me is the key matchup.
Yep, that's a good one. Washington Command Center, what's going on? Says Tony Romo's awful to listen to. I like Romo, man. I
like Romo.
I used to like Romo, but he is kind of getting on his own dick a little bit.
Yeah. Did you hear Romo call us Redskins? A lot of people have said that this year.
It happened one time. It happened one time in a certain group of Native American Guardians.
Yeah. The Nagas. Marcus says on the radio, Jayden Daniels was using the virtual goggles to get mental reps today at practice. I don't know if you know that. So Jayden Daniels is real big into like VR, virtual reality. Okay. So he's still pushing that along the way. Washington Commanders said, honestly, even though he's a Cowboy, Aikman's one of my favorites. He calls the game like he's still scared. Our DEs are going to hit him if he doesn't get us.
Aikman's a mid, dog.
You do realize that Aikman
is a mid.
Aikman has again. He suffered 3 different injuries against this team in his career.
Yeah, he had to retire.
One of them ended his career.
Oh yeah.
Shy Guns talking shit still. The teams we lost to beat us, call us Big Brother. Also, it's going on 7 years without beating us. Good luck, 11-17. So it's been that long since the Bears. The Packers, I guess.
Yeah, it's been a long time. You know, and you know what I used to say, you know, because one of my old teachers was a Packers fan. I never get mad anymore when they beat us. But I always call them the kings of the NFC North. And what I mean by that, any further, they don't really do anything, right? You know, you can beat up on the Bears, you can beat up on the little brother all you want, but when you play those big dogs, they're just like us.
It's like being the smartest kid on a short bus.
Right, exactly. So you know, one of those things.
Let's be real. Look at the NFC North this year. Right. Chicago is 4-2, and they're in last place.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. It might be 4 teams.
The NFC North right now is probably the toughest division in football.
Right.
And people are not recognizing that whatsoever.
All 4 teams are likely is better than anyone in our division.
I can't think of another division that matches up to them right now. There's none.
It's like every divisional matchup is going to be a playoff game for the NFC North, right? So if you can win the NFC North, you're battle tested. You're ready to go, you know, to probably make a run in the playoffs, right? So
or you're gonna get worn out for the playoffs.
Right. So you know, you look at the Lions, what they're able to do. The Packers are good in their own right. You know, the Minnesota Vikings are a surprise, but they're also really good with that stout defense.
They look good now.
They're just looking really good right now. But
it's back to the old NFC Central black and blue division. I mean, that's really what it is. You know, that's what the NFC North has become. It's the black and blue division. Exactly. These teams beat up on each other, right? And they're tough to beat. And the old NFC Central used to have that reputation that even the bad teams in that division could hang with much better teams from other divisions. It used to be that, you know, that way for a long time. So, it is kind of nice to see. It feels right that all the NFC North teams are playing this well and are physical teams. It's upper Midwestern football as it should be.
And we're happy for y'all, man. We ain't no hate, no love. Tell the rest of the Bears fan base we do not hate the Bears.
Yeah, they don't hate you guys, man. That's weird, bro.
I was telling a story about like my best friend growing up. His name's Corey. He's a barber now. We were kids, and like we got this football card out of a top box. It was like a little map, and they gave all the stadiums and their addresses for fans to write them on it. And I wrote the Redskins, and he wrote the Bears. We were like 8 and 9 years old. And man, I remember like a couple weeks go by, and my mom gives me this package, and it's like a stickers from all the Redskins players was on them, a bunch of cards, and he didn't get shit. And I was like, you ain't get shit. You ain't get shit. And, you know, it's just, I was on him, man, like all the time. And then like a month or so goes by, and a box is at his house. He opens it up, and it's an autographed picture of Walter Payton. And I was like, I still was like, you ain't get shit, nigga. I got stickers because I'm fucking 8 years old, and that's not important. Who gives a shit about a picture? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I got some stickers and some cards that ain't worth shit. You know, I got a map of the RFK Stadium. I'm still cooler than you, man. You know, fast forward now, we're like damn near almost 50, and that thing's like in his den chilling, like with an autograph picture of Sweetness on it, man. It's crazy as hell.
That's what's up, man.
Yep.
I love that.
AG says Washington defense is the key for Chicago. So yes, it is. Looking at, so I'm gonna keep it a little more broad. So for Washington, we're coming into this game. Clearly, we're talking about with Jayden as the number 1 scoring offense and the number 4 overall yardage gained offense. You guys, your defense is the number 4, not letting people score defense, and the 5th best yardage not allowed defense. Like, so to me, if Jayden's healthy, like that's it holistically, that's like a match made in heaven. And your offense is ranked, 12th in points, 24th in yards, but I know you started slow, and our defense, like Phil said, is 15 and 16 in those categories. So I think it's our offense versus your defense. If Jayden doesn't play, yes, our defense is going to be key, but I'm just really interested to see how we can fare against this Bears defense, who's also once again, like Jalen Johnson, sneakily good, and it's just not getting the public, the national respect.
Yeah, I'll say this to you guys too. Like if Jayden does play, and he can go out there and play well, I would be really, really impressed because I just feel like our defense is that good. It would be a really tough test for him. I think that would allow him to take the next level. His development as well. And to me, when we're going back and talking about Jayden Daniels versus Caleb Williams, to me, it's not even about that. It's Jayden Daniels versus the Bears defense versus Caleb Williams and the Commanders defense, right? We're not talking about head. I don't get, me, if let's say they go out, Caleb Williams throws for 300 yards, couple touchdowns, and Jayden Daniels does the same thing, I would be more impressed with Jayden Daniels doing that, honestly, because I just think the Bears defense is on another level.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, we'll put it this way. If you want to have a good idea of what Jayden can do against good defense, go watch the Ravens game.
Yeah.
We went blow for blow with the Ravens. We lost by a touchdown, but it literally was just trading punches all game. It's just they got up on us early because of, again, Derrick Henry.
Yep.
And also, we let up a couple big plays by Lamar early. Outside of that, it was just back and forth, trading haymakers. And I think that this game is going to be an even more shining example of that happening. It's just going to be, two teams, very good teams. I won't call them elite yet, but we'll say both very good teams, just throwing shots at each other all game long, offensively, defensively, just trading blows. I don't see this as a blowout in either direction. It's just not going to happen.
I don't know, man. I feel like the Bears defense is better than the Ravens defense right now.
There's an argument that
up better.
Yeah. I guess it's just different matchups, right? You guys can match up differently to the Ravens compared to the Bears defense.
Ravens are one of those kind of teams, though, that if they get ahead of you, man, it's hard to get. They don't get behind on chains because their running game is so effective, and their passing game is so effective because of it. It's just that if they don't get behind on the sticks, it's all they're going to keep able to move it. They have to make a mistake to lose the Ravens.
The Bears defense doesn't really. It's the most frustrating thing. The Bears defense does not blitz. Matt Eberflus really believes in depending on his front four to get the pressure. So we're depending on Montez Sweat, to get consistent pressure, right? Which he does at a high level, but at the end of the day, sometimes you got to be aggressive and throw a couple of blitzes here and there. But Matt Eberflus is very at times conservative. He can get aggressive. Most of the time, he is conservative.
Fowler, by the way, has more sacks than Montez Sweat, and Chase Young combined. By the way, let you guys all know this.
Quietly, Dante Fowler has quietly resurrected his career with us.
For the record, though, Kiko, we didn't care much about Chase, but Montez was the one that we wanted Montez to stay. We really wanted. He was due that big payday, and I think you guys gave him like $23 million. Props to him. He deserved every penny of that.
No, he's a good player. Good locker room guy too. And I want to get your opinion on this. I know they interviewed him today, and he made a comment, I guess, saying, "I'm just happy I'm with the team that I guess values me," or something like that.
Yeah, it's because we didn't sign him past his his first 5 years of the deal, and at that time the team was, the ownership just took over. We still had Ron Rivera. We knew we were sucking. We were sucking for Jayden or Caleb. So they were selling. They sold Chase Young. They sold Montez, like just for draft capital. Two guys who I thought we should be here. We still have $100+ million in cap space going into next year. And we're 5-2. So
you guys are set.
We're set. But we have no bad blood for Montez. The old regime, that's an old regime thing. The fans wanted to keep Montez. So
absolutely.
I get it. You want to go where you wanted. And hopefully it's just, a byproduct of.
It was a smart move to do, but it's a move that I would have been happy with either direction they had gone with it. But that one was that one stung because we liked Montez. We liked his hustle, and obviously, look, it's paying dividends off for you guys last year and this year. Wow. So
I get it.
It probably will continue. The dude is a consummate professional. It's just been interesting to see because he didn't come out of college with the hype that Chase Young did.
Right.
And look at the two of them. Montez is out here getting pressure, being recognized, and Chase Young is being thrown to the ground by the slightest touch.
Right. I went through the same thing though. When Ryan Poles came in, he gutted the roster. Right. He got rid of Roquan Smith and Khalil Mack and those moves gutted me. I was like, man, is this what a rebuild is? And I'm like, at the moment, I was pissed, but now look at the Bears now. So I get what he did, what he was doing.
It flips quick. Jay Martell, what's up? So what's up, Phil and Steve? This game has me more motivated than ever to beat the Bears. I think we'll beat the Bears. We're a 2-point underdog. I think we take advantage of that. And then be careful. We'll talk about over-unders in a second. If Jayden is declared not starting, the odds of that changes very quickly. Right. And real quick, I just want to go over. Here's what Dan Quinn said very quickly. Yesterday.
A lot of you are tracking Jayden's participation. He won't practice today. He'll continue all the meetings and our individual stuff to go through that, but he'll get the treatment today, and then he'll continue to progress through today and tomorrow. And I'll update you guys after Friday's practice, and we'll kind of go from there. He's close to there.
So in my line of work, I'm big into body language and I'm big into reading signs. I feel like he wants to say something, but he's just not gonna say it or can't say it. I just feel there's more to it, and he's really keeping this close to the chest.
But we don't know which way he's going with it either.
No idea. Okay, we'll finish this up.
The practice field is the next step of that, and so kind of like with any injury, just going through the process. We huddle up every night, with the entire team. But at practice is probably the biggest thing. John, I want to make sure he can be fully express himself and do all the things that he does, which makes him so unique and special. And so that's what we'll do, but not much different than any other player kind of going through a Wednesday to Thursday to Friday. So that'll be the key going through the week that he can be him, fully turned up.
And Cliff Kingsbury said this today at his press conference. He said, listen, if Jayden can't be Jayden, like we probably shouldn't play him. They want him to be the full Jayden, the full complement of capabilities. If we're not going to do that, we probably shouldn't play him because we got to save him from himself too. So as you know, Keek, we had the 2012 Robert Griffin III year where we thought we had the second coming and we couldn't save him from himself. So I feel I like how this regime is really focused on the person, and we got to save him from himself. But we don't need to play the rest of this. But I just wanted to show there's a little context when it comes to seeing if Jayden's going to play or not. So
I will say this too, real quick. That it's one of those things that I want Jayden Daniels to play as well, but I think it's more of a long-term situation. If Caleb Williams was dealing with a rib injury, don't play him. It's his rookie year. I want to see more long-term, right? And especially when you're looking. I just know how the Bears defense plays. They're just a physical bunch. Like they're hard hitters. I don't want to see him go out there and get hit again. And then now he's out longer. Right. Cause that to me, Commanders have a serious chance to not only win their division, but make the playoffs as soon as this year with a healthy Jayden Daniels. If he only has to miss 1 or 2 games, you guys still have a very good chance to win those games. It's a good thing. So,
I mean, we saw how efficient this offense runs under Mariota. Now, granted, it was against the Panthers, but it was a good preseason game almost in a sense to see. All right, Marcus, can you run this team in live fire? So I don't know though. I'm of the belief I don't like babying players, so I believe that if you are good enough to play as you can play, you go play. If you're going to play at a level that is lesser than the guy behind you, then now that guy behind you is next man up. So I think that's my evaluation. I hate the idea of he's 95%, he's not 100%. Don't play him. I there's some people who have that mentality. I just never have had that. It's like 95% of you is better than 100% of him. So you go out there. So that's been my mindset on that. You got to take these chances. You can't bubble wrap them forever. They have to play. But you just got to be smart about when you decide to let people go and get out there, and when you pull the reins back and say, nah, you got to stay on the sidelines.
Shotgun says, sucking for Jan and Caleb. You forgot to put pause on that one. Yeah, you know how it goes, man. It sounds better if the name starts with an S. But Jay said, one Bears fan out of 1,000 that I've met on Twitter on Twitter is the guy on your podcast. He's the one guy that actually can't tell you. There's a guy out there. I think he's like, let Ryan Poles eat. Kind of have a fat face emoji. It's kind of funny. I don't know if you've seen him, but he's the one that's kind of sparking up all the Jayden names.
The Bears season guy.
No, that guy, not that guy. It was a different guy.
Their season sucks too. Look, again, no hate towards the Bears.
This ain't Tupac's hit him up. Fuck Bears seasons. Fuck this bad boy and the staff record label. If you want to be down with Bear season, then fuck you too. Chino XL, fuck you too. Why does Chino XL always get fucked up?
I don't know, man. Catching strays, man. Just like the dude from Mobb Deep. Hey, okay, Keek. Let's do some Bears win if, man. What the Bears win if what?
We continue to win the turnover battle. I think our defense usually gets at least 1 or 2 turnovers a game. If they're able to keep that success up, give Caleb Williams an offense short fields, I think you obviously have a higher chance of winning those football games. Earlier in the season, our defense would get turnovers and, our offense would have to settle for field goals. I feel like, but Caleb Williams and the offense have settled in that when our defense does provide those turnovers, they turn it into 7 points, right? So that's one of my big Bears win if they win the turnover battle.
Okay, turnover battle. All right. Dev, what about you, man? We'll go for you. Commanders win if.
I would like to use the turnover battle, but we lost 2 games where we won the turnover battle. We win if Jayden Daniels plays. Can I use that?
So it's relying on Jayden then. Okay.
I think so. I think we need somebody that can make some plays. I think our pass rush, it can be disruptive. You have to look beyond the numbers here. So I would worry that Mariota didn't have enough juice to get away. Like, Jaden's going to have to make a play or 2.
Yeah.
And I think we need that.
With his feet. Yeah. I mean, for me, it's time of possession. Commanders win if time and possession. It's kind of been our strong suit. We've been dominating time possession with our run game, and when we get a little bit away from the run game, it's when things start to fall apart. So if we can dominate time and possession, keep that defense tired. That's tough defense tired. That's the key for Washington to win. What about you, Phil?
I believe that Commanders win if they can do what they've done in 3 other games this season. And that's both run and pass. I'm sorry, 4 other games this season, where they both run and pass for over 200 yards each. That balance is key, and they've done that in 4 of 7 games this season. That is an impressive amount of balance, and that's an impressive statistic. That does play into things like time of possession, but the ability to be that balanced and be productive while being that balanced is something that's going to keep any defense, no matter how great, always guessing and always on their heels, because now they know that they're giving up yards any way they turn. And this offense is great at, the 5 to 8 yard plays, pass or run, and just slowly just death by 1,000 paper cuts. They're very good at that. And having these long grinding drives. So 200 yards of offense, 400 yards of offense, 200 passing, 200 rushing. That's going to be their key, or at least that should be where they're targeting, that level of balance.
Fair.
That'll be a great game. That'll be a great game for you guys as well, because the Bears are 8th in the NFL, only giving up 314 yards a game. I think they're definitely better than the pass. So definitely running the football is a key. And the Bears are one of those teams that are bend but don't break. They'll let you get in the red zone and they stand tall. So
well, I'll say this: everybody says the Browns have a great defense. It's just the coaching that's killed them.
Mm-hmm.
We put up 215 yards rushing on them, 434 yards of offense total. The Ravens did a much better job against us. They only held us 52 yards rushing. The only game we haven't gone over 1,000, or the only game we haven't gone over 100 yards rushing. But that was the game that Brian Robinson missed due to injury too.
Mm-hmm.
With B-Rob back, I think that the backfield we have a pretty strong 3-headed monster back there. It's led by Brian Robinson. Austin Eckler it's like he's turned back the clock a couple years because he doesn't have to be an every down back. And Jeremy McNichols has been the surprise of surprises. I didn't think he was going to make this roster. And he's come out here and has been a nice little change of pace. He's very shifty. He doesn't run the way that Brian Robinson does. Doesn't even run the way Eckler does. It's just, Eckler is somebody who's got a lot of agility and can break tackles. McNichols' thing is that he's just more speed. Yeah. And the fact that you got power, you got shiftiness, you got speed, and each one of these backs, and they run a lot of 2 and 3 back sets where you don't know who's getting the ball. Like if you look at Cliff Kingsbury's offense, you wouldn't recognize it from the one in Arizona. This is no air raid, buddy. They run power eyes and stuff like that. They'll run 3 backs, 2 backs. They'll run 2 tight ends, 3 tight ends. They'll run sets. They'll run off balance sets. We saw this last game. they ran a set where they had a guard, they had center, guard, tackle on one side, and on the other side of the center was guard, tight end. So they'll run weird formations at you too, and I think that, and I think that just throws something at you that you're not seeing on many teams. This is very old school football thinking, and I think that I think that a lot of people underestimate the ability of the importance of scheming when it comes to a run game. And the Bears defense is very good, but I don't think they've seen just the uniqueness in things as simple as straight ahead run game as Washington's had. Not yet, at least.
I appreciate it. I definitely, it's a great take, but that's why you play the game. That's why I love it.
Exactly.
That's why I love, we all talk here, about, I remember going on Niners podcast a couple of years ago, just bashing me the whole week. They're going to do this. They're going to do this. They're going to do this. And then, that's why I love football, and I'm not a big crap talker. I don't talk shit. Yeah. I really don't. I'm not the one getting paid. I'm just here as a fan.
That's right.
But it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a great game. I definitely not underestimating Washington. And I just definitely don't think people should underestimate either team, right? It's Bears or the Commanders. They're definitely here, and they're here to stay for a long time. I definitely feel that way.
Hey, man, by the way, if Mariota plays and he beats the Bears, y'all are never living that shit off, dog. They're never going to let go of that, man. Just letting you know.
Bears fans are talking about how Jayden's a fraud, Mariota's better than him, or some.
That's what
the same people who bash Jayden.
It's a system. I told you it's a system. That's what they'll say. That's what they'll say. What they'll say.
It's coming. Yeah. Okay, let's get to some. Sorry, we're a little behind schedule here. Let's get to some over-unders here, Keek, for you. So they have not published Jayden Daniels. We're going on DraftKings, who we used to be sponsored by, not anymore. Fuck you, DraftKings. Just kidding. Caleb Williams passing yards. Let's go. The even money right there is about 225. You think he hits the over or under on that one?
I'm gonna go ahead and give him the over on that one.
I
like I said, I just think the Bears offense is clicking at the right moment. It's gonna be interesting. I think it's interesting because I remember when Justin Fields was a Bear. I think in 30 career games, he only threw for 300 yards once. Caleb Williams has already done it twice in 5 games. So and even when he doesn't throw for 300 yards, he usually stays at around like the 250 range too. So I'm gonna give him the over on that one.
Okay. I'm also going to take the over on the 225. I think that's a little bit low. If it was 250,
I'll take that
right on the cusp. But Phil, what about you?
225 on Caleb.
Yep.
I'll take the over. It won't be much over, but I'll take the over.
Taking the over. Okay, taking the over. Dad, what about you? You're muted.
I'm gonna go. If Jayden plays, I'm going over.
Playing over? No,
well, hold on.
This is Caleb. 225.
I thought you were talking about
225. 225.
Smoke weed every day.
Come on, it wouldn't be a show if I didn't do that to you.
All right,
Caleb 225.
I'm going over.
All right, we're going over. All right.
Over.
That's smart. They have not published any Jayden Daniels over props. Vegas knows some things. That's all I'm saying.
Vegas is just assuming
they know
probably
some
not
things.
Safe to put that out there. They didn't have to pay back people's money.
Yep, and they also haven't published any Commanders rushing props either. So we'll just do some Bears one. DeAndre Swift, 60 yards. Keek, what do you got on that one?
Are we talking about total, or are we talking about just rushing?
60 rushing yards.
I watched a couple of Commanders games. I feel like you guys are playing better on defense. I'm just gonna go be safe. I'm gonna take the under on that.
You're gonna take the under on that one. Okay. I have not watched him play. I mean, I have DeAndre Swift on one of my fantasy teams, but for context, he's gotten 30, 18, 20, 93, 73, 91. So he's flipped the switch.
He has, but
But the first 3 games of 30, 18, 20 kind of makes you wonder. But 60 yard, man, these guys know what they're doing. So to put it right at 60 is to just, so you're taking
John Allen's out.
Yeah, John Allen. Will you take it?
That
on
is
that
true. That is true. That is true. Maybe because that is kind of a low number once again. So he could probably barely get over 60 yards. Oh yeah, I'll take the over.
Okay, I'm gonna take the over too.
25 or so.
He's on fire the last couple games, so
yeah,
I'm gonna give him the over. Deb, what about you?
I'm with you. I'm going over.
Okay, what about you, Phil?
I'm going to take the under. Let me explain why.
The only reason, go ahead.
We have a tendency where we'll give up a decent amount of rushing yards, not necessarily to the number one. So last week, who got the big run last week? Wasn't Chuba Hubbard? It was Miles Sanders, right? So I could see, Herbert, or I could see Rashawn Johnson breaking one off for like 30 yards and 40 yards or something like that, and that just ups the total for the overall team rushing total. But that Swift gets like 15, 16 carries, 55 yards or so, something like that. Where it's just steady Eddie kind of running, but nothing spectacular. Kind of like I said, I refer back to how Chuba Hubbard looked against us, how James Conner looked against us. Pretty pedestrian numbers, not bad, but just very average, very middling. But they'll get, like I said, like a Rashawn Johnson or Herbert, or somebody's going to get like a big run, and then the Bears will get like over 100 yards rushing against us total, but it won't be all DeAndre Swift.
Just a note, since he did bring up Rashawn Johnson, he's only our short yardage back. He rarely gets reps unless it's like 3rd and 1s, like in the red zone.
Short.
I get that.
There is opportunity that he may like break one right every once in a while.
He could take one on 3rd and 2 at your 30 and be at R20.
Yeah, I'm just saying that usually you only see him in the red zone. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's rarely it's one of those things. Yeah.
AG brings up a good comment, Keek. Like, so Caleb's from here, right? And people are starting to speculate, will he try to put on the extra for the home team crowd? I guarantee he's going to have, family in the stands. He's going to have friends. Right. Do you think that changes the way he plays, being at home, trying to maybe do a little? Because if you notice at the end of his college career, he was trying to do a lot, probably a little bit too much. Have you seen that so far from this year at all from him, or you think he's kind of playing within the scheme that he's been getting?
Yeah. So early on, he was doing too much, right? Just trying to be Superman, but now they figured out a formula that works for him, and he's kind of like under control. I think when we need him to make a play, he makes plays, right? He's able to scramble out, really good pocket presence, escaping sacks like a magician, right? But he's been playing within structure on the last couple of weeks.
Okay. Washington Command Center says, man, Roshan's a former quarterback. Y'all need to do some trick passes. We got Luke McCaffrey, who was also a former quarterback. Probably got to do the same. We failed on the one we did. All right, 3 more quick over-unders, and then we'll move on to predictions here. DJ Moore, 60 yards.
Oh, easy money. Over. Yeah, easy money.
I'm actually probably going to play something on that one. So, I'm going over as well. Anyone not taking the over for DJ Moore getting 60 yards?
For sure taking the over on that one.
I can't bet against.
I want to make a bet on that right now. I'm going to look at my app.
I can't bet against the Terp. I can't.
All right. Terry McLaurin, same 60 yards, Keek. 60 yards.
I can see him getting the over. It just depends. Jalen Johnson is like that, but Terry McLaurin's like that too. So it's going to be a fun matchup, but he can get 60 yards. He can get 60.
Okay. Dev, you're usually the outlier on Terry, so you think he can get 60?
I'm going.
He's been on fire. He's been on fire. Even with Mariota, he's been on fire.
He was with Mariota also. Mariota threw behind him. I don't know. I don't want to get into that. But
it's one of the.
I would say yes if Jayden plays.
No, if Mariota.
Right.
Okay. Last one. Keenan Allen. They got him even money at 50 yards. 50 yards, Geek.
I'm going to take the under on there. He's
slowly.
He's slowly getting there, but I don't know. I think he's more kind of like a red zone threat, like when we need to play on 3rd down, he's there. Yeah. But I haven't seen him, break a big one yet. So I'm going to say under, just be safe.
He had the one game, was it 2 touchdowns?
Yeah, but even then we were in the red zone.
Yes, those are short ones. Yeah.
Short yardage,
I'm going to follow your lead and take the under as well. What about you, Phil?
No, I'm taking the under.
Taking the under. Dev?
I see him having like a 5 for 48 kind of game.
Yeah.
I'm taking under.
Taking the under. Okay, well, I'll take the under. Okay. I think that's it for all the over-unders. I don't think there's anything worth more. They got some other ones, but
what's the score over-under?
Yeah, we're gonna do that one next. Okay, so going on to predictions. For the record, for everyone, make sure you put your predictions in the chat. Like as always, anyone who hits the score, we'll send you something I think I have a signed Antonio Gibson helmet left. I don't know what other signed memorabilia I have left, but I got some stuff, man. If anyone hits it, at always, we'll get you some gear. Right now, according to DraftKings, it's sitting at Bears and 3 points, so -3. And the over-under is sitting at 43.5. So they're really not calling this one as a high-scoring game. 43.5 from NFL perspective it's not that high. So
23-20 game.
Yeah. So -3, it's going to be 60 degrees and sunny. It's going to be beautiful weather here in the DC area. So Keek, I'm going to go with you. I don't know if you're the type who makes score predictions. We do it every week. Not everybody does, but what's your score prediction for this Sunday?
Yeah, I think it just depends on if Jayden Daniels plays. I think if Jayden Daniels plays, I could definitely see it over 43 points. I think they're both outstanding quarterbacks, put up points, right? Last couple of weeks. If he doesn't play, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'll say 21-17 Chicago. But if he does play,
if he does play, without him.
You play the Panthers. Everyone beats on the Panthers, buddy. Everyone beats on the Panthers, man. You almost fooled me there. Almost got me there. No, but if he does play, if he does play, I could say it'd be a little higher scoring game, but I can't go against my team. 27-24 Chicago.
See, you could go against your team. I go against my team all the time. Would you ever pick them if they score?
We played the Packers twice. We haven't beat them in 7 years. Of course, I have to take the Packers.
That's like our Giants.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Dev. Let's go with you, man. What are you going for this game?
I'm playing this as if Jayden plays, right? If Jayden plays,
both.
If Jayden plays. Good guys win 40-37.
40. Dude, you're just smashing
40 and 37.
We've scored 35 points a game, bro.
That's true, but we haven't gone against top 5 defense yet, so it should be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah. They ain't gone against the top 1 offense. Fuck them.
He does make a point. We keep talking about
number 5. Nobody has a number 5 medal, bro. Nobody has a number 5 medal.
All right.
There's only one number 1. There's not even a second place. Second place is just the first person to lose, bro. Number 1, dog. Offense in the league. Like Ric Flair. Woo!
Give me 2 claps. Woo! All right, Phil. What do you got?
I'm going to give you the same score no matter who plays quarterback.
Oh.
We may get there in different ways.
Oh.
24-23 Commanders.
Oh, snap. Okay.
I need to put on my glasses. I see you got your glasses on. I'm going to put on my glasses for that one.
Oh,
you got the Macho Man Randy Savage.
There you go, man. Come on now.
Hold up.
Now.
Since this game is going to be a blue-collar bloody mess, I figure I should put on my safety glasses because it's going to be time to go. Dev's familiar with these joints that I got on. I'm sure you guys don't care.
I mean, I usually wear glasses, but we'll all go glasses today. For the bright lights.
I love that.
Some of these comments here, real quick. Marcus says Commanders 27, Bears 24. Okay, that's kind of in line. So you got 27-24 Commanders. AG also has 27-24. Man, that seems to be a popular score there. I don't know, guys. Personally, I think it's going to be like a 2018 if Mariota plays with Chicago, and then I got 24-23. Even if Jayden plays, man, going to the Bears, I just feel like Jayden's not 100%. If they play him, I don't think he's going to be 100%. I just feel like this is going to be a heartbreaker. It's going to come down to like a field goal or some stupid mistake, a missed extra point, and it's going to bite us in the ass.
A Montez Sweat strip sack.
Something. Oh, man, that would be crazy. Washington Command Center has 28-17 Commanders. Okay. Tia has a 30-27 Commanders. All right. Everyone's and it's really hard to make this distinction.
These scores are very respectable. No one's calling blowout.
Yeah. Jay Martell, I think he fixed this typo. He says 31-27 Commanders.
Mariota plays, I'm calling blowout.
For Chicago?
I don't think so. I actually have a little faith in Mariota.
I mean, we didn't expect Mariota to drop 40 on anyone.
We was at that game. We saw them throws, bro.
Yeah.
I got here with that noise, man.
Be Right. What's up, Be Right? Be Right was the winner of our signed Emmanuel Forbes helmet. He's got 23-20 Washington. So good scores. So yeah, I think that's it for all the predictions here. We're all pretty close. I think I was the only one who picked the Bears to win. Everyone else on our side has the Commanders to win. And then Keek also had the Bears winning both sides. So
I think Robinson goes off.
He could, man. The Bears.
That's why you play the game, man. I don't know.
That's actually why I feel like it's going to be the same score no matter what. I think with Mariota, you're going to see, lean more on a run and different kind of pass game. Whereas with Jayden, they're going to run the pass game. They run with him, still run the ball, but Jayden's now a running threat. So I just think that you're going to see similar results from different methods.
I also want to say Mariota has the best lineup of any Hawaiian kid ever seen in my life, bro.
Yeah, he's tight, man. He's tight. So the Bears rushing defense, they're 11th in yards, in total yards allowed. So that's still pretty stout.
It looks like John B.
Oh,
they
man.
Don't know about
yeah, let's babyface protege, man.
That's
John
right.
B. Classic. Okay. We always like to finish our show very quickly. Keek, you don't have to say anything if you don't want, but we always like to get people to just share a little bit of positivity, man, because there's a lot of negative stuff going on in the world. So we want to bring out, and if anyone in the chat, really, if y'all got any positive news to share with us, just spread the love, man. It's a good time to be alive. We got the Commanders coming on Sunday, or Bears coming on Sunday, Flex Game 405. Anybody have anything good to share in their lives, share it with us now, man. We got Jim Sleazy with another prediction. Sorry, I'm still logging these. Jim's got 35-14. Holy smokes.
Mariota cooks.
Mariota, baby.
oh
Let's
God.
go. Let's go. Hey, man, if Mariota cooks us like this, I'll come back on the podcast and just do whatever you guys want.
Y'all heard him say it. Y'all heard him say it.
Like that. Hey, I'll give you guys your props. That would be huge.
If Mariota cooks y'all, you're never going to hear the last forever.
I don't give a damn. I can take it.
I can win a Super Bowl. This guy have an asterisk.
People talk shit to me from my own fan base. I don't,
Y'all can win a Super Bowl, bro. And on the trophy, it'd be like Super Bowl winners, but got their ass cooked by Mariota at the very bottom.
Yep.
Yeah. Command Center says, remember our backup beat Carolina worse than the Bears starters did? What? You guys already played Carolina? Oh, they did.
Yep,
yeah,
they beat 36-10.
And they played there was 24-10. Yeah, okay, 24.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. In common opponents, it's like, yeah, Bears have whooped up on people we've whooped up on and all that. So, like, it's not like when you look at how the Eagles struggled against the Browns, but we, kicked the Browns' ass, right?
Yeah.
So you can't even do like the UFC fighter math with the Bears because we share kind of commonalities with how we've been beating opponents the way they have. So it's a very hard game to call. There's too much that lines up in favor of one team and then with another. It's very, very hard call to make.
Yeah, fair.
I think the Bears have just more talent than we do. So, like I think the equalizer in that is Jayden Daniels. And if he isn't there, talent for talent, the Bears have more talent. So
they do. And like I said, they were probably one of the best 500 teams, and they were already in position for the first round pick because they fleeced Carolina. Because why not, right? Marcus said, Keek, let me know when you do your podcast so I can promote it later. Yeah, Keek. So just for everyone's edification, Keek on the mic, his YouTube channel and his X are already in the description of this YouTube video. You can already find it now. Go follow him on X. Go subscribe. But Keek, where can everyone find you, man? So
is your name actually Keek, or is that short for something?
It's my initials. It's my initials of my name. Yeah. Keek is K-I-E-Q. My full name's Kiata Ira Eugene Quinley, so it's just Keek for short. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that
damn, Dev, you got a name like yours.
Is that Hawaiian? Is that
no? I'm just black and white. Dude, and a little bit of Persian. I got Middle Eastern in me. I'm Persian as well. So
yeah. Okay. That's a
move it over. They gonna call you nigga. Just like they do me.
No, but yeah, you can find me on YouTube, X, Instagram as well. I love that you also do giveaways. You know, I do giveaways as well, just bear stuff. But like I said, I definitely enjoyed my time on here. You guys are tight. You guys keep doing what you're doing. I love the support. Just love to connect with different fan bases as well. So
do you have a set schedule that you do?
Oh yeah, I'm basically on every day, honestly.
Every day.
I try to do every day, and I do live streams for the games on Sundays whenever the Bears play. But yeah, usually every day.
Nice.
Marcus runs an aggregator type site where he'll put out different radio shows, podcasts on from different fan bases on a Facebook group called Sports View 2. And I always say that, you know, Marcus is like the hardest working man on Facebook because he's always pimping links. So
yeah, good stuff. He'll share your stuff. Command Center talking about the Cool G rap references. Yep. Jim Slazy's back to work. Bears are ass. Got to get his parting shots. Jimmy, appreciate you, man. Commanders fan stuck in New York City. Jay says, I got married going for like 230, 245, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, MVP of the game. Holy smokes. That happens.
Full G rap references. We don't got no Ill Street Blues over here.
Props. AG says notifications on YouTube are locking. Yeah, hit that bell. Make sure you guys hit that like button for us. We would greatly appreciate it. Always appreciate it. Don't cost
a human organism.
Don't cost but hey, Keek, thank you so much for joining us, man. This was dope. When we shut this down, stick around for just a second after we end this, and we can't thank you enough, man. And hey, guys, we'll be back Monday evening, same time, 8:35 for the post-game analysis of whatever happens Sunday.
And Wednesday's a Halloween episode.
And I think Wednesday will be our Halloween episode where we'll all be dressed up in some way, shape, or form. We'll see how it goes. We appreciate it, you guys. Go check out Keek on the Mic podcast. Good Bears content creator. That's why we had him on here. So Keek, we appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, appreciate you as well. Thanks, guys.
All right. As always, see you Monday. Peace. Inhale.
W.